Looking back at old deck lists, it turns out Brian Kelly was just 3 steps of the metagame. Lorien Reveal just hadn't been printed yet. We're going to take the Lurrus list from last Saturday, revamp it with some old tech, and see how it does. Welcome back, vintage gamers. We're going to do some more iterating on the Life from the Loam Lurrus land control deck that I recently played in a challenge. This new version is going to be Bant instead of Bug, and we're going to take some lessons that the Discord was talking about during the day today. So, on closer examination, the one and only Brian Kelly was just a few cards ahead of his time. A classic problem for Brian Kelly. Basically, these Lorien revealed 9 spell land decks are the Brian Kelly Lurrus control decks just before Lorien revealed was printed. Now, Brian was playing, 1 or 2 Urza Sagas, 1 or 2 Wastelands, but the rest of the shell is surprisingly similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the strong aspects of the Brian Kelly Lurrus decks that I have, played on this channel in the past, and we're going to incorporate them into this Bant Loam shell. What those aspects are Pirate. We're going to add Time Vault Key, Intuition, Savine's Reclamation. That's the big one. We also are going to trim down a number of cards and have a bunch of one-ups, but we'll get to that in a second. Basically, we're going to give ourselves an alternate win condition in Time Vault Key, and we're going to give ourselves a way to rebuy Lurrus with the white rare commander card, Savine's Reclamation, which returns a permanent card 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. You can also flash this back for 5, and you get to return 2 things. So this card actually works really well with our Lurrus Loam plan. And then it's very nice in combination with Intuition, a tutor that searches for 3 cards, opponent puts 1 in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. So you can do fun tutor packages like Time Vault Key with a Lurrus in play, Savine's Reclamation, Loam, Wasteland, that kind of thing. So you have lots of actual sweet Intuition tutor packages here with Fast Bond and Loam and Wasteland and Saga and Vault Key. And it also gives you an additional way to kind of tie together all of these one-ofs. We have Merchant Scroll, so we're really playing, 2 Intuitions, really. And so you have a way to tie all these sweet cards together. So we are also going to play in this build a Tolarian Academy, something I didn't play in my previous build, but I probably should. When you have crop rotation, it makes sense to have the Tolarian Academy as a way to get enough mana to hard cast Lorien Revealed. And to that end, I was kind of surprised that my last build didn't have Mana Crypt and Soul Ring. So now I've added Mana Crypt Soul Ring, which should make casting Lorien Revealed better, should make my Tolarian Academy better, should make my Saga better. It goes pretty well with Time Vault and Key. A concern is with Mana Crypt is our deck is pretty slow. Will we be able to, race our Mana Crypt? I think the answer is yes. You have Lurrus lifelinking, as well as ways to remove Mana Crypt in Haywire, Mite, and Outland Liberator. So that's a pretty nice addition as well. So how did I fit all these cards? Well, I trimmed a bunch of stuff. We don't have as many baubles here, so we're probably going to be a less consistent deck, but a more powerful deck. I trimmed a little bit on counter magic. I trimmed a little bit on a land, though I did re-add the Tolarian Academy. The Bog has gone into the sideboard. I've added some more tech in the sideboard with engineered explosives. We swapped Fatal Pushes to Swords to Plowshares. And of course, we've added a Lavinia. Although Lavinia is not very good inside of our Urza Saga Wasteland mana base, it's still an extremely powerful card and works really well with the idea of Wasteland locking with Life from the Loam. So we're going to play 1 Lavinia. Now that we have the alternate win condition of Time Vault Key, I think the 1 dress down makes a lot of sense. Before, when Saga was really my only way to win, the dress down was a little iffy. But now that we have the ability to Vault Key, I think the 1 dress down does wonders. And it's actually really good with Lurrus. If you watched the Lurrus video previously, you actually saw me get locked out by a Lurrus player who was casting the dress down from the graveyard on the end step on their turn, which is a nice little play. So lots of changes, but like I said earlier, this deck and this shell has a lot of room to brew, and I have a pretty... I'm pretty confident that the blue-black Lurrus deck that everyone is playing right now is not the best way to build the deck and won't be the best way in the future. So we're going to keep brewing and see what we can do in this Vintage League. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. All right. Round one. I have a cat. Let's do this. I'm excited. These matches are... What do we have here? This hand is pretty disjointed. Doesn't have the blue card for a force, but we do have Saga in to activate. I think this is probably a keep. I mean, I think Cathar Commando is generally the one I would rather play, but I think in the current metagame, you can't justify playing an X1. This hand might be a mulligan. I would not fault anyone for mulliganing this hand, but I feel like when you have a Saga, I don't know, this feels like a high upside hand. Probe, F6, sweet. Love some F6 value. All right. Saga Mirror right now is probably good for us, right? Unless they counter my Mana Crypt. Mana Vault. Okay. Well, I guess we are slightly behind in artifacts, but ahead on Saga tempo. Key. So I really need this Mana Crypt to resolve, huh? I can't really do anything about it resolving, so... They gonna force it? They might force it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there's a... You could mulligan this hand and I would not be upset with you. But I think it's fine. I have no problem with anyone mulliganing that 7. My opponent is in the tank. Yeah, force pitching Lorien on my Mana Crypt. We don't have the... We have a, what, Haywire Mite, but we don't have a thing. I think we can safely get us another Saga going here. Well, my opponent probed my hand and knows that I can't make enough mana to use my Saga if I... All right, well, come on now. All right, fair enough. I'm still not too worried at the moment, though. If my opponent, like, combo kills me here, obviously I die, but, like, whatever. Okay. So it all depends on what we draw. Okay, so I can get a Haywire Mite with my Saga and hit their Saga, which means they'll get a construct, but they won't get the Black Lotus or the third Black Source. Alternatively, I can let them have 2 constructs and find a way to hold open force. Is there a way to hold open force? I actually don't think there's a way to hold open force, right? And we can actually do some, like, looping of the Haywire Mite, maybe. Technically, we can Lurrus here, right? Well, I was thinking about, like, some kind of hard cast force, but I think that's off the question. So I could Lurrus here, but what am I really doing with a Lurrus? Like, I'm just playing Lurrus and buying back Lotus, and then I, like, could use Lotus to Savine something into play, but I don't think that's good. I can get a Lotus off my next Saga as well. I think I want to stop them from Sagaing here. So my opponent's playing around Needle by making a construct. So I'm going to go and get my Haywire Mite and hope that taking them off Saga is a good enough play. I think one construct is, like, not a huge issue, whereas them getting a Black Lotus here is a huge issue. Another huge issue is my opponent knows my hand and knows I still don't have a blue card for force. But next turn I can go get Lurrus. Soul Ring. Well, if it's not Pio, like, I think we're fine. If it's like a Beseech deck, it could be a Beseech deck maybe. Man, I think a blue card... I just don't think one construct is going to do it. I think this is a good line. All right, a blue card was probably my favorite draw, just so I have a force. Okay. Didn't draw a blue card. So... it's just got to be Lurrus, right? So if I go crack, fetch, make 3 mana, Lotus, or even go Academy, Lotus, make 3 mana, get Lurrus, play Lurrus. I could go Lotus. Yeah, I mean, at some point we're gonna loan back Sagas. My biggest problem is I need to get Force of Will. Like, I really need to get Force of Will online, right? I mean, Lotus is definitely the get here, for sure. We can bait a negation by Savine's back a Haywire Mite if we want, right? Because the only thing I can replay here is Mana Crypt and Lotus. And Lotus doesn't let me cast Force of Will. So what I can do is instead I could just use a Savine's to put it in my yard on a Haywire. I could put it on actually a Saga, actually. That's way better. Yeah, let's do that. I like that a lot. Cool. Okay. And then next turn we could even like rebuy Lotus and flashback Savines and get 2 things if we. I mean, if we get it next turn. Like, my opponent looks like they're probably 1 black mana from killing us at any point, right? I'd love to start looping Haywire Mites on them. Nah, they hit a black mana. We're gonna die before we draw a blue card. Kind of unfortunate. This play lose. Oh, it's just Citadel. It's just Citadel. It's land and Citadel. This is much better for us than Beseech. Because if they brick on their Citadel, they hit a Saga on top, we can get a Mite and exile this. So this is better for us. Nice, it's a brick. Okay, now I think we're winning. And we hit force. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, so... okay. What is my best line now? We definitely get to attack them. We need to remove the Citadel. Going like Lotus, Haywire Mite, it exposes us to negation. But singling out Haywire Mite just doesn't look good enough. I'd love to have like a wasteland here. Is there any way I can do 2 Haywire Mites this turn? There just isn't, right? Because I don't have enough mana. If I get the white mana off of this, I just don't have enough artifacts in play. They can negation me off the top with Polis' Citadel, I guess. But they're probably not having negation in their deck anyways. Even if I go Black Lotus, what am I bringing back? I'm bringing back a Saga and a Haywire Mite, or am I bringing back... I could bring a Mana Crypt and a Haywire Mite. And then I could actually make a Construct token this turn. Well, the problem is I just don't have a lot of mana, right? Like, I'm pretty low on mana, and I have to, like... if I just play a Haywire, I guess I could just go... but, like, this doesn't make any mana, right? So... I can't, like, make a Construct either. I think I'm gonna go... land... land, fetch... Lotus... Savine's back... Haywire Mite, and Mana Crypt. Oh no, then I don't have a green mana. Hmm. I guess I don't need constructs yet. So if I go Lotus, tapping Saga, so if I play Lotus and then I tap Academy Tundra and then I bring back Mite Mana Crypt, I can make a Saga token and use a Haywire Mite. Yeah, I think this is good. So what I'm going to do is bring back Lotus. Am I getting forced? I mean, that would cost a lot of life for them to do that. So I do this, and then I do this, and then I Reclamation back Haywire Mite. And I hit yes, and I bring back Mana Crypt. And that lets me get a Saga and a Haywire Mite. Exile their Citadel. And a Force. It's gotta be good, right? Haywire Mite is just so good. I feel like we got a little lucky there. We definitely got a little lucky there, but we also got a little unlucky to not draw a blue card earlier, right? Haywire Mite. Is Haywire Mite the best Urza Saga target? Confirm or deny? It's still probably Black Lotus, but like it's shooting up the rankings very quickly. Very quickly. It's high up the rankings now. Okay, so we're playing against Beseech probably, or maybe Blue-Black Twister kind of deck. We can bring in a second Lavinia. We can bring in a Mindbreak Trap. We could bring in Nature's Claims. We could bring in Engineered Explosives. We can bring in Needle. We could bring in Cage. We could technically bring in Lantern or Bog. We have lots of options here. All the cards are good. I am, however, probably going to cut Crop Rotation, which means the Bog is not coming in. This is just not a matchup that's about like doing the powerful thing. Like I actually think this is a matchup where I take out Time Vault, Key, Reclamation, Intuition, and I just play the control game. Like aren't I going to be favored if I just play the control game here? Like playing these cards does help me win faster for what it's worth, which is like kind of relevant for when you are playing a matchup versus a combo deck. But like look at my control cards. They're so strong. I have so many. This has got to be the way, right? I feel like if I'm bringing in Lantern, I can cut this Bauble too. So if I do this, I basically take out my powerful cards, like the Oops I Win cards, and I just bring in 8 cards that are good against their deck. Yeah, I like that a lot. This looks really nice. Someone was talking about having a bad Beseech matchup, but I just don't see it. Sure. I mean, if you wanna get your credit, get your credit. I kind of think I don't really believe in claiming stakes to ideas and decks in Magic, but I don't think the value is as high as people. There's like obviously there's some truth to it, but it's also there's like the value is just not as high as people make it out to be. People will go into like fights and stuff about like it's my deck, it's my thing, and I don't really see the value in that. Okay, so this is Misstep, Needle, turn to Lavinia. There's a lot of lands in this hand and not a lot of forces, but Misstep goes pretty far in the Dark Ritual matchup, so maybe it's actually acceptable here. On color Jet again. And we also have like turn 1 Saga covered as well, which is kind of nice. Brainstorm. So I think I would rather hold open Brainstorm than slam Needle here. So I'm just going to go Tundra, pass, hold open Brainstorm, Misstep. This at least gives me the opportunity to find a force if I like absolutely need one, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, these kind of decks are very, very hard to pilot. I was extremely upset with myself after the challenge. You could probably tell. So if this finds Tinker, it's really bad for me, right? You have to eke out the smallest advantages, and sometimes like fetching the wrong land kills you, which is really rough. I feel like I might have to misstep this because if they find Tinker, I just don't have a counter right now, which is really unfortunate, but that's how these kind of decks. Oh, they have. Okay. All right. My opponent has bested me in the arena of top deck tutors. Yeah, I put up the challenge stream today. It's like really long. It's like 3.5 hours or something crazy. Oh, they're just gonna go Beseech? They're gonna go for Tinker. All right. Well, like this is, yeah, I mean, this can brick because they played a Lamb. I mean, that means they have Flusterstorm back up. Well, I'm gonna cast this Brainstorm in case I hit Force. I did not hit Force. So we're dead. Unless they, I mean, they could brick again and hit a, they can brick again and hit a, probably should keep the fetch land. They can hit a, they can brick on their Citadel just like last game. They hit Saga or something last time. Oh, Shieldred. Oh, so they're on wheels? Interesting. All right, well, the good news is I'm going to turn off their Citadel. The bad news is I don't think I have a way in my deck to beat a Shieldred. Right? Like we have, do we have any ways to beat a Shieldred? I took out like all the ways to beat Shieldred. Okay, they had Force on top. All right, well, now we have nothing, so. So they're not Beseech, probably. They're more likely to be just be blue-black wheels. If I can see a little bit more of their deck, we'll see. We'll do that. Oh, Lorien reveal with Shieldred in play. Big game. Oh no, we're super dead here. That was obviously the risk in keeping our hand was like a Tinker, which is why I mystical or I mental miss at the mystical. They just had 2 vampiric tutors or whatever. So I don't know. They might still just be on. Oh, they're on Ring. Oh, okay. We have a Haywire Mite. No problem. Interesting. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. It's totally reasonable to have mulligan by 7 as well in this game. Just like trying to find a force. Opening with a force is very important in this kind of matchup. Hmm. Yeah. All right, let's just go next. Yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna see of their deck. Oh, Image in Merfolk is not a new thing, but Image in Merfolk in Vintage as a counter to Initiative is like a line of thought that people may have not heard. That may have not occurred to people. Like I said, this whole concept and conversation is not very valuable. I guess I have an engineered explosives for 4 to kill Lavinia, to kill Shieldred. I have like big constructs. Do I really need? I guess I could just put the Caracas in my deck, right? That's like the lowest cost answer. That's got to be the best play. Yeah. All right. So I don't think I need Soul Guide Lantern because my opponent is not playing Beseech. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a Soul Guide out and I'll put that Caracas in, so I have a clear answer to Shieldred that doesn't hurt me like playing Swords of Plowshares would. Okay, this still looks good. I still think the game plan is the same. I guess like they can have Hull Breachers, but I don't really care about Hull Breachers. My deck doesn't really draw cards. So I think Hull Breacher is not really an issue. So I think this works fine. Okay, let's go. Game 3. This hand, I just don't have any hands with Force of Will, huh? Like, I don't want Needle in my opener, really. This is just not good enough. We just gotta mulligan this. Okay. This is much better. I've got lands, mind breaks. Probably gonna hold the probe here so that I can cycle Lorien and play a Black Source to start. Opponent's also on the mulligan to 6. If I draw a blue card later, then I can probe. All right, so I'm gonna go Ruby, Lorien, and I'm gonna get a green mana. He said with a question mark. All right, 6-card hand from our opponent. I'll see how deep they go. Hopefully, Mindbreak Trap deep. I'm aware I have 2 Lavinias. I do know that. Not Mindbreak Trap deep. Wasteland looks good against the naked fetch land, though. One thing that Lorien doesn't do that fetch lands do is Lorien is like pretty bad against Wasteland, whereas fetch land is great against Wasteland, right? Interesting. Are we probing or time walking? I think like drawing Loam is I mean, I guess like, if you have a Lorien and an untapped land, this is like kind of good against Wasteland because you have to use it to get another land, but I think I'm probing. See, this is why, chat. This is why I fetched a green land. Okay, so my opponent's hand is Bowmaster, Tinker, Shieldred, Ring. So they're never going to go trapping. So I think I'm going to go Time Walk and then Loam. EE. Interesting. It's pretty good here. I can hold it and then blow it up. I can dredge back Loam, hit their Underground Sea. Think we're in a pretty sweet spot. They might like use the pedal, I guess, to play Bowmaster, but then they're not casting any of these cards in their hand ever, right? Should I just hit this in there right now? Make them make the choice in their combat? So do we force this Bowmaster then? We don't need to, right? We could always blow this up later. We're not drawing cards. Eventually, we're playing a Lurrus. I don't think this matters. Unless we draw, like, the Ancestral. But we're going to dredge Loam, right? So... And we have an answer to a token. I'm definitely dredging Loam. I did not hit another land. It's kind of unfortunate. Kind of think this game plan looks pretty good. We don't have like the way to play Lurrus yet, but we will at some point. Dredge Loam. Wasteland number 2. Yeah. Think I'll do that. Just get it back. Play this. I think I can be patient on this engineered explosives. This ruby's kind of important right now. I don't think I need to like trim the clock in half and lose my ruby for no reason. I guess like a thing that could happen is like my Lurrus gets countered. I mean, I could really use some lands off this loam. That's a strip mine. None of these are black producing lands. But this one at least lets me buy the Lurrus. 13. What if they have like double force by the time I do something that matters? I mean, my highest chance to hit things that produce Lurrus mana are Trudging Light from the Loam, so. I hit an Urza Saga. God bless. And a Black Lotus. And they probably don't have any way to kill an Urza Saga. And this, they can't beat an Urza Saga. All right, this is game over. So would we Loam again this turn? Or do we have what we need? Because, oh, I guess I can't get a Black Lotus off of my Saga because there's a Black Lotus in my yard. So I guess I just Loam again. One. I can't see because Magic Online just doesn't do that. All right. That was sweet. I like it. Okay. Round 2. On the play again with a cat. Forces, Haywire Mites, Lorien Revealed, keeps. I just can't be convinced, I don't think, that the blue-black version that everyone's playing right now is the ending version of that deck. Like, it's a sweet starting point. And Mog did a very good job of constructing the starting point for that deck, right? But there's just so much room inside of the Lorien Revealed shell. Yeah, fast bond is not very good in multiples, so people will keep commenting that on YouTube too, but it's just like if you want multiples of fast bond, you want more lands in your deck, and if you want more lands in your deck, you play a bad deck. Like Vintage, you want to have as least low number of lands, you know? So yeah, I'm just gonna deploy the Mite here. I don't really want to search a I don't really want to search a Trop, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'll do it if I have to. Like I really want to get a Delta, but I also don't want to expose myself to Wasteland for no reason. Tundra go. Well, I'm gonna go get another Underground Sea and put Lurrus in my hand. Or sorry, I'm gonna go get a Tundra and put Lurrus in my hand. I guess the problem with this line is that if my opponent Wastelands me off of Tundra, it's very hard for me to cast Lurrus. That's something someone pointed out as well, is that if you play 2 Lurrus mana sources, you can get Wastelanded, but you have Loam in your deck, and you have Moxen and Saga, so I think it's fine. Ooh, does this mean we don't put Lurrus in our hand? kind of think this means we don't put Lurrus in our hand. My opponent has made no plays. If I play Besage, it doesn't really incentivize my opponent to wasteland me if I play Besage. All right, I'm just going to do this. I think it's too early for this Lurrus to even be good anyways, so I'd rather hold up Spell Pierce. Without Lurrus, you wouldn't expect Wasteland. I guess that's possible. Okay. Esper. So is it Esper Saga? Is it Esper Initiative? Is it... What is it? Okay. They could have a Bowmaster. I guess I just get wrecked if they have a Bowmaster no matter what, right? So might as well attack. All right, well, at this point, I will play out this Besage and hold open blue, but not green. This does, of course, signal to my opponent that I have a blue spell for 1 mana, but I can't really play around that. Just don't have the right mana sources to do such a thing. That's Tundra Sea Volk. Yeah, I guess it could be swords as well. True. I think I'm not fighting over Narset. Well, the Haywire Mite doesn't stop them from... The Haywire Mite doesn't actually stop them from double impulsing, right? It does stop them from wheeling and dealing me. But would I even counter Dig Through Time here? I don't think I would. I think this just has to resolve. Force of Will entered my opponent's hand. That's very problematic for us, as it's going to counter back up for Tinker or something. I did draw the land, which let me hold up Hardcast Force here. I don't know if we want to hold up double force. We can blow up their Ruby and replay Mite and have one. It's probably hold up double force, I guess. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Narset and Dig Through Time are both spells that can miss. I think letting this Narset resolve is correct. Like, if you force a Narset and then they come back with Tinker, it's just a whole different league, right? Though I guess we have a Haywire Mite that can kind of deal with the Tinker, so. Doesn't deal with the Sphinx, though. And who knows what my opponent's playing if they have Volcanic Tundra, Volcanic Tundra Sea. Maybe I should have actually fetched on my turn in case they have Opposition Agent in their deck. Karn. Yeah, I have to force Karn. That's unfortunate. This is pretty much the worst possible outcome for my opponent, or for me, for my opponent's Narset. Like, hitting a powerful spell and a force is like the worst thing that could have happened. It's really bad for me. I mean, I guess if I had played Lurrus, this Karn doesn't really matter, right? I'm pretty in on casting a hard cast force at the very least. If they go down to one card and pitch cast force here, it's not that bad for me to force back, leave them on one card, and I have a Lurrus and a recurring Haywire Mite. That is bad, though. Second Flusterstorm is definitely the worst thing that could have happened. This does feel like a really bad outcome, but it feels like there could have been a large range of outcomes that were not this bad. So this thing goes up to 6. And we'll have 2 creatures. I mean, holding force doesn't make any sense, right? Unless they force my Lurrus and I force back. If I force here and then they force my Lurrus and then I have nothing but a Haywire Mite, then they're still at 0 though. Kind of depends on what's in their card board, to be perfectly honest, but okay, so they forced back pitching Dress Down. All right, so they have a Karn, we have a Haywire Mite. They can plus kill my Emerald. I play a Lurrus. They can't lattice me. But if they have anything that's like crazy, they just going for it right now? What are they going to get? Oh, they have a ring. Okay. Okay. Well, if I kill the Karn, I can kill the ring, so... Right, so I Loam, and then I cast Lurrus, and I attack Karn. Because this doesn't protect Karn. I guess if they have like a... I don't know. Stand up ring with Karn, kill my Lurrus. Still ends badly for them, right? That's not good though, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't end badly for them. Oh, they just top decked. This is the worst game. Vintage is terrible. All right, well, the game is over. It's unfortunate. My opponent probably had the Narset wasn't tapped out, right? They had a blue mana up, so they had to have Fluster, right? I mean, my opponent just top decked Ancestral Time Walk, so we just lost the game. I'm pretty sure my opponent's Narset was resolving and they flustered me. What are you talking about? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure they played it with 4 mana. They had an Emerald, right? I think my play was fine. I don't have a problem with the play I made. It wins some set of games and loses some set of games. I think the outcome that happened was the worst possible outcome. I did not have double force, did I? I spell pierced. They fluster. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, what the heck? We have a paradox engine. Like even if what you say is right, which it probably is, even if like say forcing Narset wins me this game, that doesn't make it correct. You know. Magic players have a really hard time understanding that concept. I don't automatically have hard cast Force of Will the turn after log. I top decked a land to make that statement true. But like I said, I gave my reasoning on why I didn't counter Narset. And like there's definitely reasoning on why you should counter Narset. And like the trick is a player has to determine what percentage of games do you win by countering Narset versus what percentage of games you lose by countering Narset. I chose that I think I would win more games not countering Narset. So there's PO in this deck. I'm glad we're watching our opponent play this out because They are cooking. So my opponent is playing the One Ring 4-color PO. I love it. Huge cojones. You gotta be either really confident or just love the deck. Tendrils in the main? Yeah. Or you just love the tendies. Did they get the Paradox Engine off of the Karn? Or did they get the they got the Paradox Engine off the Karn, right? It wouldn't make a lot of sense to have the Paradox Engine in the main. I guess it's fine in the main. Oh, if I play my opponent's deck, I'll just get absolutely destroyed. There's just no world where I can play my opponent's deck. It's just like playing the Shere Khan deck. You just can't do it. All right, so it's going to be a pretty similar boarding pattern to last game, where we bring in Lavinia, Engineered, Needle, Trap. We didn't see creatures yet. I mean, yes, but like you're like putting Forcible into Narset opens yourself up to getting, good spells resolving. And I personally don't think Narset is at the same level as a lot of the other spells in my opponent's deck. The One Ring is a better card than Narset. Tinker is a better card than Narset. Demonic, Ancestral. Like, there's so many better cards than Narset. Narset is like a bait spell most of the time. And the Narset itself, Dig Through Timing is good. But it also isn't always going to hit. And it isn't always going to hit well. Like a lesson, like a lot of the times, a lesson to learn about like Dig Through Time, for example. Dig Through Time is not always going to find you the cards it needs. It's not Demonic Tutor. It can miss. I just don't agree with that. That's where we're gonna differ on opinions. You don't know what's in the opponent's deck at all. My opponent's deck could be full of Hull Breachers, and for all I know, right? Like, you don't know that this Narset is going to hit like that. All right, I need to quickly board here because I'm busy explaining Magic the Gathering. Time Walk, Time Vault, this thing, Intuition, Savine's Reclamation. What else was I taking out in this match? What was I doing last time? Oh, Fast Bond. It's at least these. I think Claim is actually not as good. Was there something else that I was taking out here? I can't remember. Yeah, Dig sees more cards than Narset, and even Dig, I think people counter Dig too much, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, Crop Rotation. I think that's not an inference you can make. Them fighting over a Narset does not mean they clearly need it. The fact that they have a Flusterstorm that beats my Spell Pierce is more than enough value to be worth casting. I think that you just always Flusterstorm there because it's just amazing value. This is why I don't like Lavinia in this deck. It's probably a keep, though. Lavinia has to be amazing versus their deck, and I've got lots of good draws and a force, so... I actually, like, if you look at 2019 to 2023 log, the decks don't actually have more hits. That's not actually a thing. I think that's a fallacy as well. That's a good draw. The deck construction, like in terms of like payoffs and counters, is very similar. Doesn't oh, they have force? So we assume they have force fluster, or I don't. If they have fluster, well, that's exactly what I'm saying though. Narset is not a hit with Saga, right? Like these are like. I don't know how else to explain what I'm trying to say. I can rebuy my Lavinia, so there's like a lot of value in holding my force and not getting flusterstormed. Don't think I need to attack this here because it's not like my Lavinia is gone forever. I have a Lurrus in a couple turns from now. No. Like those cards exist, yes, but if you look at the deck construction, if you look at a combo deck from 2019 versus a combo deck from 2023, and you like the decks are only 60 cards. And you have to have a certain number of lands and a certain number of counter spells and a certain number of draw spells. So I don't really believe that like Narset doesn't find anything now or like finds more things now is a true statement. Or Dig finds, Dig hits always, or whatever we're trying to make here. I really want to wasteland my opponent. I think I'm just going to wasteland them and then time walk in the next phase. If my opponent wants to fluster time walk, it's a huge win for me, so. Maybe they crack and play Hull Breacher. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a valid point. But Saga puts the math the other way too, right? So it's probably close. But my opponent hitting Lorien off of Saga, off of Narset is a very valid reason to counter Narset there. I think that's something that's probably hasn't been brought up in this conversation yet, but is totally reasonable. Cruise? I really wanted to go for a Lurrus, but now I kind of ruined my own plan here by doing what I did, huh? So I can cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can exile everything but. So if I cast Lotus, then Flusterstorm is 3 copies. So I would have to leave. I could only use one of this. Is like not good for me, right? I think it's just play Lotus, pass, hold everything up, end of turn, dress down. Not even end of turn, end of second main, dress down. So the problem was I strip mined and then time walked, and then I don't have my third land. I could have, of course, put Lurrus in my hand, played Lotus, and then played Lurrus off of Lotus, and then replayed Lotus. But I really wanted to strip mine my opponent. I guess theoretically in that line, I could crack my Lotus and then time walk. So maybe that line was just better. But I really also wanted to like see if my opponent played a 3-drop as well. I don't know. Like my Wasteland should be very good against my opponent's deck. They already revealed 4 colors of mana. All right. Oh, I literally did the thing I told myself I wouldn't do, and I dressed down in the wrong phase. God damn it. I guess this immunes me to getting like Hold Reachered or Opposition Agented. So there's some upside. Loam. Yes, that's a great draw. That is very nice. Let's just Loam back, strip mine here. That's a really nice part about not having delved. All right, strip mine you. It was really awkward, these delve spells, because I had lands I wanted to Loam, Black Lotus and Lavinia that I wanted to return. So the delve spells were actually awkward here. This is the first time delve has actually been awkward, but it's not even that awkward because you can pitch one to Force of Will and eventually we can delve anyways. But it was a little awkward. So yeah, I kind of don't know if I played that game the way I actually would play it if I played it a second time, but I don't think the way I played it was like bad. I just think it may have not been super optimal. All right, that worked. Let's do it again. Well, I think Loam has some diminishing returns, right? I included more than one Loam because I agree Loam Rock is important and what I'm trying to do with this deck. But I didn't include more than 2 Loams because you don't really want to draw more. That's a sick hand. So, I mean, I basically built this deck because I identified that I think Loam is extremely strong with the way people are playing Urza, Saga, and Wasteland, right? Loam is pretty much the entire reason I'm building this deck. I keep Fastbond is in the main, and I keep Fastbond in against decks that I need to, or decks that I care about lands more. I didn't really take out Fastbond because it was bad. I took out Fastbond because it was not as good as bringing in controlling cards. Probe, they can play around Negation and Spell Pierce now. We're probably playing this EE on 0 as an extra mana source so that we can upkeep Ancestral and can't get Flusterstormed. Maybe they have their own Ancestral here. We draw Force. Okay. So yeah, I will go Pearl. I guess if they daze this, it's fine. I'm going to go play this EE on 0. It's what we're playing EE on in this matchup anyways, so it's fine to play it early here and give myself the extra blue mana. And then I can, on the upkeep, I'm going to cast this Ancestral where it can't be Flusterstormed, it can't be negated, and I have Spell Pierce back up. If they didn't know my hand, I think it would be better to hold the Ancestral and try to find like a really nice timing window, but I think this just makes the most sense. Like if they Fluster here, I'll pay. No problem. If they force here, I'll oh. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to Spell Pierce that. The mental misstep is just on brand. All right, so now the question is, if they force back, they know about my negation, but they don't know about my last blue card. Force pitching Narset on Spell Pierce. Okay. What is the likelihood they held a Flusterstorm because they know I have negation, but they don't know I have a blue card? I need cards in my hand. I'm just gonna go for it here. We saw 2 Flusters at least in game 1. They're PO. They have another Force. Okay. So my opponent's down to 1 card in their upkeep. They pitched Tinker and Narset. Wow. Their hand was Probe, Force, Mental Misstep, Tinker, Narset. I hope we draw Wasteland. Kind of. We actually are 1 white source away from Lurrus as well. So let's put Lurrus in our hand. We have Claim and Explosives. That's not bad. Wasteland would have been the single best draw, though, for sure. That's not a very good one. Classic PO experience here. A lot of good draws. Claim. Okay. I can't really use this EE until I find my Lurrus. I'm not going to claim this until they like play more mocks. Maybe I will claim it at end of turn anyways. Just they can't tinker it though. I kind of think they would have flustered Pierce. What is this? Blue walk. Okay. They don't have tinker, so I don't have to kill this Opal. If they had tinker in their deck still, I would have definitely killed Opal. Does weaken Academy, true. I mean, I would have 100% done it if they had Tinker, but I don't think without Tinker it's worth it. But I am also like pretty choked on colored mana. I think it's probably fine to use a claim here. Though it like lessens the value of my EE later. This is castable. That's not bad. Really on just lands win the game. Any land wins the game, right? Well, not Tropical Island. Any non-Tropical Island land, maybe. Emerald. It's not good. This is an issue with the deck is one, casting Lurrus, and two, drawing cards has kind of been negated from the deck. Okay. I mean, if I draw Lorien Revealed, I can just cast it, right? I drew Emerald Tropical Island when I need a white source. Okay. Opponent's up to 5 cards in hand. We haven't drawn a single Wasteland yet. Jet. All right. It probably lets them cast things, right? I really just want to blow up this EE, but I can't yet. Should I just hit the claim? Like I guess they can cast a Hull Breacher or something now. It's fine. I'll just claim this. No? All right. They're back at 21 life. True's your daddy. Okay. I don't need any of the cards in my yard because none of them are things I can bring back with Lurrus. I think I just use the floating mana. Saga, wait, all right, this game is looking good now. Hit the black source. What should we needle? I guess we can just needle Delta. Sensei Stop? Yeah, Sensei Stop is probably better. The One Ring? They're so far away from the One Ring, though. We saw Bowmaster in game 1, right? Or no, is that a different one? I just don't think they're likely to have more than one of the same fetch. Sensei's Top feels better. We could count. I don't want to counter a Sensei's Top, so this makes it so I don't have to counter a Sensei's Top, which is kind of nice. It's fine. I don't think like putting a 4-mana card on a needle is good. If I was gonna pick a 4-mana card, I would have probably just pick the One Ring. All right. I feel like we drew a little badly there to get to where we were, but we had a really convincing setup though. Just having a getting to Wasteland, and we have EE and Lurrus loops. We made them use 2 forces, pitching their best card, like some of their best cards. I can't draw a card, so I can't see my top card. All right, another one. All right, here we go. Round 3. We're doing well with our BPK Lurrus deck. I think Brian would be proud. Oh, Mirror. Lurrus Mirror. Now, this is the matchup where Crop Rotation and Fast Punch should be good. Yeah, I mean, like, for sure. MTG itself is fringe, and then, like, Vintage is even more fringe. But I'm playing a format I love, right? And a format that I'm actually enjoying, and which is much more useful to me. And more... I wouldn't do this. Like, streaming is not... How do I say this? I wouldn't do this unless I was having fun. And I can't say that I would be having fun if I was playing another format. Is this a Volcanic Island in a Lurrus deck? That's exciting. I think I'm just going to misstep this. Well, we do have Time Vault Key now and hitting Loam Wasteland and stuff. But I could see cutting, like, if you cut DT, Dig Through Time, your scroll gets worse. But yeah, there's definitely... Dig Through Time is totally a reasonable chopping block. I appreciate that. I miss having other Vintage streamers. When I started streaming Vintage, I was not I was obviously not the biggest streamer. I was like the smallest, obviously, if you start. But like when I was getting things going during the pandemic, right? There were 5, fairly large Vintage streamers. I would suspect Matt Murray is never coming back, no. It was me, Geeky, Matt Murray, Breba, Rich Shea. So it's kind of lonely now. Is Wasteland the best unrestricted card in Vintage? It's definitely close. I will always argue that I think the Wasteland is stronger than Saga. People will tell you otherwise, but I think it's very, very much about Wasteland. And no, I don't think it's really even that close. Shop is weird. Oh. Hello. Force of will. It all depends on your metric, right? What does best mean? People will argue that Force of Will and Wasteland can't be the best because they're not doing, they're being reactive. Is it wrong for me to want to wait one turn here? Let myself activate Saga, and then we can float mana, get a Black Lotus so that we can't, like, lose to Flusterstorm or something? I don't think I'm supposed to cast this Time Vault right now, is what I'm trying to say. I think Bazaar is probably the strongest unrestricted card. Ugh, I got punished, huh? I guess I can just... I don't really want to force this because I need to protect my spell. But my opponent's playing blue, playing Lurrus. Hopefully there aren't too many ways that this comes back and bites us. Well, what I want is to not lose to Flusterstorm, right? And obviously Time Vault doesn't get countered by Flusterstorm, but my protection does. And my opponent could always have Ancestral in response to Time Vault as well, right? It's not like they wouldn't get those exact cards, but I'm just hoping we don't die. That's fine. And then we get to cast Time Vault with the maximum amount of protection. Also, if we do it this way, if my opponent does, beat the Time Vault on the stack, we'll at least have Saga token. Maybe that's not good enough, but I think it makes sense in my mind to not jam Time Vault there. Like, another thing is, if we do get, like, the Spell Pierce, we also kind of want the Spell Pierce to be active. Like, we want them to tap down on lands. The Spell Pierce wasn't, like, protecting my spell there. Also, if we use the Spell Pierce on that turn, we didn't have mana to activate the key. So, no. I mean, right now, Bazaar is extremely suppressed, which is really, really fun. Really nice. So I don't even think Bazaar is a problem these days. They just tapped out a blue mana. I mean, that is obviously extremely short-term. Oh, come on. Extremely short-term relative that my opponent, that Bazaar is not doing very well. For a while, Bazaar was one of the strongest archetypes, but there's been a huge rise in Wasteland decks. This Demonic Tutor, maybe? If my opponent casts Demonic Tutor here, feel like, oh, it's just Breach? If it's, I mean, they don't have a Black Lotus or a Brain Freeze right now. They could have a Black Lotus or a Brain Freeze in hand. Isn't it better if I just let this resolve and then Spell Pierce the Ancestral? Or even let the Ancestral resolve? Like, I guess if they have a Flusterstorm, it's doomed anyways. I guess I gotta force backup. Yeah, I guess this is a Pierce. It means I have one less counter magic on my turn, though. I'm really... Oh, well. Yeah. I mean, my opponents have had a lot of mental missteps. I'm letting this resolve. I'm hoping they just cast Ancestral and then pass. They don't need to win the game with this Breach because they have a Lurrus. I'm gonna let the Ancestral resolve, and then hopefully this forces enough. They're tapped out. Well, it's probably lost now. I mean, this is basically the worst possible outcome that could have happened, but my opponent hit triple on color Moxen into Ancestral Lotus Breach. So if I force this, if I don't force this, there's like way too many ways I lose, right? I mean, they might just have their own force and doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I lost this game, unfortunately. I still don't hate the line I took, but this is definitely the downside of taking the line I took. If they have Brain Freeze, I still die, but this means they can't Ancestral again. They just have Brain Freeze as well. Yeah, I mean, this is just the absolute worst possible outcome. My opponent hit all of this without casting Demonic Tutor, right? They just... This is the difference between resolving Ancestral and not resolving Ancestral, right? I mean, I could have jammed Time Vault, and people will definitely say I should have jammed Time Vault. Sprite Dragon. But this feels like a pretty high roll. This is just Sprite Dragon, Mystic Sanctuary, no Wastelands, multiple Lightning Bolt. What is this list? This is like super old school. Could I have countered Breach? Yeah, of course. I could have forced Breach. There were a lot of different ways I could have played it out. No Saga, no Wasteland. All right, good to know. So we'll bring in Bog, maybe. Lantern. E's probably just worse than playing a Swords, right? Don't think this is a Mindbreak Trap matchup. Don't really think this is a Lavinia. I guess it is a Lavinia matchup. It's really annoying to play against the Lightning Bolt deck with that, but... Is this a Claim matchup? It's a Cage matchup? Wasn't that what I did? That's what I did, right? I thought that's what I did, right? No, I think Wasteland's actually great in this matchup. Why would you want to cut Wasteland in this matchup? My opponent is like trying to Mystic Sanctuary and play value blue cards. I let the Ancestral resolve. My Pierce was misstepped. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could have done that. I couldn't beat Flusterstorm, right? For that? Or no, I could have. I don't know. Like I said, there's lots of ways I could have played that. And many of them could have been better than what I chose to do. I think the reason I chose to do a lot of the things I chose to do was fine. I don't think I need a Liberator. I don't know how much like actual Breach removal I want to play. I kind of want to play very little. I don't think so. Why do you want Mindbreak Trap? My opponent is not really playing my opponent is I think you're misevaluating what kind of deck my opponent is playing. Just like a blue-red tempo deck that has a Breach kill in it. They're playing like Dazes and Mystic Sanctuaries and I think Negation is probably still fine. Maybe not. Maybe they don't have enough things. I mean, I guess I can hit Lotus's. I was trying not to use my counter magic because I wanted my counter magic to protect my kill. And the reason I used my counter magic was because I thought I was going to die. I tried to give them as much room as I can while still keeping my counter magic, right? All right, well, I talked too long, and now I need to hurry this up. No, I don't know why people think Wasteland's not good here. I think Wasteland's incredible in this matchup. My opponent is playing blue-red spells. Expressive Iteration, Sprite Dragon. I think this is exactly the matchup we want to be Loam locking. Maybe not because they don't have a Wastelands in their deck. The crop rots get worse, but my Lurrus is a lot worse with Grafdigger's Cage here, but do they have full Moxen or just on color Moxen? Did I bring an EE? I think I brought an EE, right? Oh, I didn't bring an EE? So what do I have? Just Haywire Mite? I don't even have Haywire Mite. What did I keep? Nothing? It's doomed. I'm not going to dredge Loam right now. Maybe I'm just going to lose to Sprite Dragons. How many swords did I bring in? I brought all the swords in. Hmm. I don't know why I cut Mite. I was doing a lot of talking. I'm not really sure why I cut Mite, to be honest with you. Not great. I was literally looking to hit a Wasteland or a Saga. My opponent missed a land drop on their Ponder. No basic fetch. Guess they have a Sapphire. This doesn't do anything. They didn't want to get Wastelanded, so that's why they waited, but I should not have cycled my Lorien Revealed. That was really poor of me. I should have just dredged back and cast and then hard cast this Lorien at some point. I don't know why I cycled the Lorien Reveal. I'm going to have like a huge mana advantage in this game, but I was really... I don't know. I feel like I have to force this thing because I just don't have the right cards. I haven't hit a Wasteland. I really do think we have to force this. It's just we play Cage on the next turn, right? So we don't die to Breach. No, the worst thing I did in this game was Psycho Lorien reveal. That was terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure dredging Loam is like what I want to do here. Sapphire makes it hard, I guess. Because at any point they can play land and play a new Sprite Dragon. Yeah, getting rid of my Haywire Mite for no reason was very odd. I don't know. I think I made a bunch of mistakes in trying to develop my game plan in this game, and I really should have focused more on sideboarding that rather than talking and explaining in chat. I made some crucial errors here. Are they gonna fight over this? This is exactly what we want. I do need to like hit a spell land off of my Loam though. If I miss, I guess I still have Lurrus, right? No, I'm one short. I found the wasteland. Well, now maybe they counter my Loam. No. All right. Well, I have wasteland lock now. Maybe they have second Sprite Dragon. I'm gonna cage so I don't die to Breach, and then hope that gets me out of this. But I don't have a stupid Haywire Mite in my deck to kill the Sapphire, which I really need to have in my deck. Don't know why I cut it. It also kills Breach. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Second Sprite Dragon, maybe? Or is it going to be Expressive Iteration? Is it going to be Time Walk? Just for look for a land drop? You don't have any more land drops. I know that. At any point, they could just counter my Loam. Also, their deck is really bad at casting Lurrus. This is a classic Grixis Breach deck. That deck is very bad at casting Lurrus. Alpine Moon. Anti-Saga card's going to have to hit Wasteland here. I still think we're dredging our Loam, right? Unfortunately, I can't use my Lurrus for anything but attacking because I played this cage. I really want to hit a Saga there. Besaju is also pretty good here. Ah, I got dazed. Sure, whatever. I think playing Lurrus makes sense on that turn. On this next turn, I can get back Besaju and Wasteland. Maybe it's worse. Maybe I'm just supposed to play a Loam that turn. But if I get back Besaju and Wasteland, I Besaju the Alpine Moon, and well, they threw another Sprite Dragon. Okay. Lavinia. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, but I cut it. So if I hit the Alpine Moon, it does give them an Underground Sea right now, then I just Wasteland it, right? It's fine. But I can hit the Sapphire eventually, too. I don't know if this is enough. I'm gonna have to eventually draw into a storage, right? Like they cast Expressive here. Rip the land off the top. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna lose to this Sprite Dragon. This is why I countered the first Sprite Dragon. But the whole problem with this game is they had a Sapphire, right? That's the huge issue with this game. I might die to Sprite Dragon. I have access to Wasteland and Boseiju at the same time, but it's just not going to be enough. They just keep hitting. I don't have enough time, right? I mean, I have to at least Loam one more time. Maybe I can't even do that. I have to. Saga's not going to do it either. I just milled over freaking swords. I don't know. It looks really bad. I guess if they don't cast anything, it's still a couple turns. I mean, they just have to do the fetch land, though, right? The fetch land is really bad for me. They just have too many lands left in their deck. All right, this plan is garbage. I needed to just top deck that swords that was on the top of my deck instead. Yeah. I don't like the way I played this game. Null Rod? So they just took out Breach entirely. Nice little sideboard pivot. Not bad, I guess. So they can't cast red spells. This thing clocks. It's super bad for me. Lurrus getting days actually ended up being really bad for me too. Oh, I just milled the Swords to Plowshares that was on the top of my library, so I can hit like Lurian revealed though. Saga doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't have that many draw spells in my deck. And they can, I guess they can't have force. So like a draw spell probably wins. Maybe I loamed too many times in this game. I thought the plan was fine, but then they hit like a bunch of lands in a row, right? Can't believe they boarded in Null Rods here. It's quite the pivot. It's like a lot of faith on Sprite Dragon. And I brought in the swords for Sprite Dragon. Good lord. Now they can have like Fluster, I guess. If I draw a Galorian, I drew Fast Bond. No! It's so good, but it's just so bad. Yeah. It's super doomed. I don't think it matters. I think I loamed one too many times, and maybe I had like a pretty bad plan for the matchup. I didn't expect them to board in Null Rod for what it's worth. I mean, this is my fault. This game is totally my this whole set is my fault probably. Oh no, they kept Breach in with Null Rod. Okay, just value, I guess. Sure. This is why I countered the first Sprite Dragon, though. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I could stop them from casting spells, but apparently I just could not stop them from casting spells. Classic Null Rod Breach deck. Yeah. I mean, I think I win this game if I had simply not loamed the second time, because I actually did have Swords to Plowshares directly on the top. If I draw this Lorien before I draw the fast spawn, this game is probably winnable as well. Maybe not. I don't know. That one's on me, probably. There's like a million ways I could have played that differently. I don't know which one is the best, but... All right, here we go. Round 4. First Absorbent 3. Sends really problems. It's got problems. I kind of want to keep it, though. My opponent's playing red-green monsters. I have Mental Misstep for their Hierarch. I have a redraw with Probe. I have a Wasteland. I'm gonna get yelled at, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to just keep this hand against red-green monsters. I know that it's a mulligan to 5 for now, but I don't know. I think it's just better to have a vast quantity of cards. I currently have no artifacts in my hand, which is very important in this matchup. This matchup is a lot about not drawing your artifacts when your opponent has 7 artifact removal spells. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to work out swimmingly. My opponent's going to play a Delighted Halfling, and I'm going to Mental Misstep it. And then they're going to... Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is what I was thinking when I kept this hand, by the way. This is exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. My opponent was going to play some kind of nonsense elf. I would Mental Misstep and then Wasteland them off of the game. All right. I'm glad I still got it. I should definitely have... Maybe I'm going to Brainstorm. No, there's like no way I'm brainstorming, right? No, there's just no way. I should have paid life. I should have paid mana. Does playing this out help me? Well, yeah, they can play Chalice. They always play Chalice. Let's play this out. So my opponent's hand is Unknown, Goyf, Boo, Spirit Guide, Bolt. Fetch. Fetch is good here. Fetch is real good here. I think I'm going to save this Brainstorm again. I'm not picking up Lurrus this turn. Yeah. Brainstorm. Yeah. All right, what do we do with this? Oh, what do I want to do with this? If I put back Tundra of Ruby and I play... What am I doing with this hand, though? Put back Liberator Tundra? No. I think I'm putting back the Ruby and the Tundra. And then casting Ancestral and having Crop Rot for Saga or Wasteland. Like, playing the Lavinia doesn't do anything into active Lightning Bolt. I do want this Lavinia in play so I don't get booed, but... This Ruby, I don't want. This Tundra, I don't want. It's lands, but it's not, you know, what people traditionally know lands, right? But it is a land control deck. That is a true and accurate analysis of what the deck is doing. Pyroblast. Okay. Now I could crop rotation or a Wasteland if I wanted to. Are we just putting a Tarmogoyf in play? I think I just force it. Pitching Lavinia. I guess I can replay Lavinia later with Lurrus. I don't feel like they're going to get it to Boo mana, right? So I can just force pitch negation. What do I want to crop rotate for? I can wasteland them off of mana, but then I can't cast all my spells. If I go for Saga, then I'm missing Saga unless they draw Vigor, in which case I'm just super dead. Maybe I just don't crop rotate. So I don't have to make this choice. Reclamation. Got him. That was a good one. I am excited for Journal Weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Gonna see 2 new cities. Yeah, I'm stopping. Dan and I are gonna visit Munich. We're gonna fly into Munich and then we're gonna train into Prague. We're gonna spend a couple days in Munich. I'm just gonna crop rotate into a Saga now that I can't get Vigored. They could of course draw land, bolt, and then bolt my thing and then Vigor me, but then I have another crop rot, so I think it's fine. All right, it is what it is. I can draw step crop rot for Saga too. I don't think that's what I'm gonna do because I don't want to get Vigored, man. The one thing I don't want to get is to get Vigored here. I think we just get one Saga. It's enough. I don't have enough mana to activate 2 Sagas anyways, so. And eventually we're gonna get a Black Lotus and like double rebuy Savines, and it's gonna be great. Oh, you mean I can just draw step? Is that better? I don't know. It's fine. Bolt is dead. Just gonna leave everything up. Nah, I'm not force of negationing. I'm making constructs. No shot. They have a Boo in hand. That's the only card I can ever lose to. I'm just gonna hold this negation. Lavinia I can buy back with Lurrus, so. I guess making a construct here is a little awkward. Just because I don't have enough mana for Lurrus or a Reclaimer. But do I want to play Key? I don't need to hold open crop rotation, though I could crop rotation for another Saga. I don't think I need a Saga at this point. I think I just need dudes attacking. Hold up Force of Negation. And then next turn I go Lurrus, Lotus, or Lurrus, replay Lotus, play Savine's Reclamation, bring back Wasteland plus Lavinia, or Wasteland plus Saga. Beforehand. Yeah, we could always crop rot our Saga with the last trigger on the stack too. Maybe that was worth doing. I think this is fine, but I didn't really put a lot of thought into that. I'm mostly just like getting ready for my opponent to go Spirit Guide, boo. And have my negation ready. Goify. Goify's good here. 5/6. Don't think it's gonna be good enough against what I'm about to do to them, but maybe I should have gone for the crop rotation line. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy this Lurrus. Oh wait, I don't have mana to do what I said I'm gonna do. I'm a fraud. Instead, I guess I can go Savine's back, Lotus Saga. That's -1 mana. No. You don't want to print blue Spirit Guide. None of that. I guess I should just Savine's back Wasteland Saga, right? But then I can't play Lurrus. Now. So, Lurrus. It's fine. No problem. I don't need to get blue Spirit Guide Flusterstormed in my life. That's not something I need. All right, so next turn, I can replay Lavinia. No, I don't have lands. Okay, so I can... Fuck. Why don't I have enough lands to do anything I want to do? Collector Oof. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Shit. I don't have that one covered. Oh, I guess we can cast Dig Through Time. I can just use all the floating mana, right? Keep everything. Oh, there's a crop rotation I can get rid of. I drew Loam. Loam can't really lose here, right? I don't really feel like I played this game in a manner that I would consider optimal, but it's fine. I think I made just a million misplays. I don't know what's going on. Cruise your daddy? Saga, Wasteland, Tundra, sure. Bring all those back. Guess we'll bring back this Black Lotus for fun. Just gonna Wasteland them out of this game. Okay. Oh, wait, this thing's a 4/5 now because I delved. Should I attack? Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that one though. I'm about to do some heinous things if I have this kind of mana, right? Maybe I'm not. I guess I'm cruising. The Goyf is probably gonna die to my cruise, right? Maybe not. Maybe they have enough things in their yard. I don't think I can delve through this thing because there's creature instant land. So I can never get rid of sorcery. Yeah, okay. Can't. Well, I already cast Lotus this turn, didn't I? Or no, have I cast Lotus this turn? I guess I can find out. Yeah, I've already cast Lotus this turn. I thought I could do what you're saying as well, but I don't have I don't actually have it because I replay Lotus this turn. Or I would like just think about like maybe Laviniaing or something. I'm actually 1 mana short of doing all the fun things. Like I can't Reclamation, I can't Lorien Revealed. I can Cruise. I probably am still supposed to Cruise, right? What if I crack this for green and then Cruise with this one? And then, I mean, I don't want to Cruise any of this away, though. This is all the stuff that I want. Maybe I should have just killed the Tarmogoyf. Whatever. Next turn, I'm going to mill over the Loam with my Fast Bond. Or mill over the Fast Bond with my Loam and then We're gonna do some fun things. Not in the main anymore. I mean, again, I can't really die, so that the choices that I make aren't super relevant, but I guess I could technically cruise into Time Vault Key, huh? Lotus Crop Rot for Academy? That does make a bunch of mana. Lots of my things make a lot of mana, though. All right, first things first, I'm casting the stupid Savine's Reclamation because I want to. I'm going to return Lavinia and Wasteland. I'm going to Wasteland them. And then I'm going to win. I don't know, man. All things win. everything is winning. Sure. Why not? Pyroblast it. It's coming back. Like right now. It can come back right now for fun. For fun. Oh no. Sure. They found the angle. They just can't ever attack with this Goyf because I gain as much life back with the Lurrus anyways, and they're at 7. Like, I just have infinite cards. I want a Fast Bond. Fast Bond would be so fun. All right. So, what do we want to do here? All right, let's cast Treasure Cruise. I have everything. What more can a man ask for? I simply have it all. I did get rid of the Wasteland, but like I can just find another Wasteland. There might not even be an instant in my deck. Oh, I definitely had something deterministic. I forgot this existed. Shit. All right, it's fine. Just pass everything up. Oh, I forgot. So I end of turn Intuition and put Time Vault in my... Oh, no, I don't have Savine's. So that would take 2 turns. So I could take like Time Vault, Time Walk. Woo! All right, well, now I'm just going to get like triple Wasteland. Oh, wait, I can do that right now with a crop rotation. All right, whatever, man. I don't know. Everything works. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything wins, but everything doesn't win immediately. Well, I can't tutor for Time Vault because they'd put it in my yard and it would take 2 turns. I don't have Savine's Reclamation. I'm not gonna die to clock. No shot. Yeah, there's probably still a strip mine, so I could have gotten a strip mine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. What's the big deal? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hold that actually so I can cast Lurrus with it. Fast bond! Yes! Yes! It's time! Oh, I don't even have that many cards in my yard right. What if I intuition for a bunch more stuff for fun? So when I go Lurrus, yeah, Lurrus. And I replay my Lotus. And then I intuition for a bunch of lands. Saga, Academy, Saga. And then I play a Saga. If they're not going to concede, why can't I have fun? Loam, Academy. I actually don't have like any artifacts. What am I talking about? What am I doing? Can I cast the Lorien reveal? Not really, no. Tell me you wouldn't do this if you were not in the same position. Look at all of the fun I am having. My opponent is still here, which means they're having fun too. Probably. No, I dredged my time walk. There's just no chance I lose on time, chat. Stop worrying. Don't worry. No shot. 0%. I literally have lethal right now. But I could... all right, fine. I will end the game. Is everyone happy? Everyone's happy, right? I'm ending the game right now. We had so much fun. I had so much fun. I have to play another round after this? Man, this deck takes forever. All right, I'm going to bring in Swords of Plowshares. I'm going to bring in Engineered Explosives. I'm going to bring in Caracas. I am going to bring in probably not Needle. I'm going to take out... I actually think Lavinia is kind of nice, huh? What do we want to take out? Haywire Mite? No, Haywire Mite does the whole blocking thing. Fluster, Spell Pierce, Negation. Just use my forces to counter Boo. I feel like Time Vault Key is so bad here that it's just not worth playing. I'm not sure that, like, Intuition... I think Savines and Intuition are actually still fine, though. But Vault Key looks really bad. Maybe I can keep in... None of these cards, like, speak to me. I don't feel like I want two Lavinias. I'll just keep it in negation then. All right, we'll roll like this for fun. Oh no, I have turned into a TFT streamer. I'm just speaking in TFT language. It's an AIF for fun. But isn't this good though? Krakus bounces the hamster and my own creatures and is another land. And is a white land for Swords of Plowshares. All right, I gotta play a little fast. But not that fast. Who's your daddy? Oh, this can do uncounterable boo. I don't think I'm forcing that, though. It does not feel on brand. The Mite? I really hope this never casts an uncounterable boo. It could do it this turn. They could easily have land Spirit Guide uncounterable boo. I will probably lose to that. Wasteland. The Blooms? Oh god. Kill my Soul Ring, kill my Tundra? Valley. I guess you can't do both of those things. I wish I had not. I wish they had killed my Soul Ring and not my Tundra because I kind of wanted to swords that thing. Man, I really want a Merchant Scroll for an Ancestral, but I have to. I guess I don't. I feel like I have to Loam here. Because I kind of want to keep my Merchant Scroll, and then I want to pitch Lorien to 4. I guess pitching Lorien to 4 is just not happening, right? No Tundra to cycle for? No, there is another Tundra, but I think it's... I guess I can't Loam... I want to be able to get another Trop, right? Isn't it better to have 2 Trops so that I can't ever get hit off of Loam? Like, I'm pretty sure I need 2 tropical islands. But I guess they probably don't have another wasteland in their deck. They're not a 4 wasteland deck, so maybe it's just silly. Oh, Tony! How's it going? I'm about to get bashed by the Blooms. I'm pretty sure this game can end at any point if my opponent simply has Simian Spirit Guide. Boo me. I think I need to swords this stupid halfling thing. Do I dredge? Loam? No. I need spells. Crop rotation. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna kill this halfling because I really can't beat a boo if this halfling exists. I guess I attack. Am I ever blocking this thing? No. Can I get away this turn with Merchant Scrolling for Ancestral? I think so. I think the shields can go down for 1 turn. They clearly didn't have Simian Spirit Guide before. So I think we're fine. Knock on wood. Maybe I didn't need to Loam or get another green source. Maybe that was pretty poor play. Yeah. Happens. All right. So I still don't really care. I'd rather draw blue cards and stuff. Yeah. Do I Ancestral now? Yes. Because I want to be able to find a Wasteland or a Saga. I tapped my green mana. Because I can swords, I guess. I'm just getting Pyroblasted. I guess it's just fine if I get Pyroblasted. Maybe I should have waited until their turn. It was kind of a pretty reasonable read that they had a Pyroblast, right? Oh yeah, I'm Saga Gaming now. Lorien Revealed has changed the world forever. I guess I don't even have the mana to play my Lurrus. What am I doing? Saga's a lot better when you have Lorien Revealed to negate a lot of its downsides. I should have attacked. I actually probably play faster in case I lose this game. I guess I do have to dredge this Loam now. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I mean, there are times it's bad for sure, right? And there's also times it wins games. I'm gonna save some life, give myself a target. So I kind of want to just go get a Saga. I guess technically I could crop rotation for a white source. It doesn't really feel very good though. I'm just gonna go get a Saga. I have a force for a vigor. So unless they have vigor green card and a pyroblast. And then I'm gonna dredge this Loam this turn. Am I gonna dredge this Loam? Yeah, I guess I'll dredge it. Dredging Loam was a little sus there, I think. It's fine. I'm immediately making a 2/2, right? And then I can get a Lotus for my lure. Well, I guess I probably don't get anything off Saga. But then I rebuy Saga with this Loam. So maybe. Yeah, probably. I'd probably be down for that. Chalice on 1 resolves. I guess I can't get back Haywire Mite. It's kind of annoying. No attack. I do need to probably play a lot faster now. I look like a mint chocolate chip kind of guy. I mean, how did you know this? What does a mint chocolate chip kind of guy look like? What's happening? I drew Black Lotus. I think I'm not making a construct this turn so I can cast Loam and keep my land drops going. Maybe that's stupid. Is that stupid? Might be stupid. Because I need to dredge my Loam into a white source for Lurrus. My opponent can just can't bloom my construct, though. I feel like I'm playing this game wrong, but I don't exactly know what I'm supposed to be doing. This Loam thing is definitely not something I'm used to, and I don't feel like I'm playing it very well. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think that's losing for me, so I don't really feel there's a reason to force it. Like, I take 5 this turn, but that doesn't really matter. I have constructs going. I have a Loam going. Though my clock is a problem now, huh? What is that? All right, well, that's a problem. I just need to get this Lurrus in play. All right, there's the stuff I need. I don't Loam right now, though, because I just want to make a Saga token. No, I think we win this game. I just hope we have enough time. I think we do. Though I can't like do any F6ing, so nice chalice on Delighted Halfling. Classic. Like, I have infinite sagas. My opponent can't beat infinite sagas. This is actually kind of good for us. I don't have to worry about this saga on my next turn. What's happening? F6. I actually get to take a draw step here where I could draw a white source as well. Okay. Don't have to cast Loam. Oh, I don't have another I'm an idiot. Okay. It's fine. If they go land boo, though, so sad. That was the worst play I've not ever made, but that was a horrible play because I could have wastelanded, I could have played a Saga, a Tundra, a Lurrus, like that play was so bad. Beseiju? Sure. Now I don't have a thing to search for Beseiju. That's funny. Yeah. It's fun. Maybe I'm just supposed to hold the Lavinia so that I can force the boo, but I just did not want to have to F6 here. This also means I don't get attacked. Oh god, are they gonna cast boo now because I did this? Please don't do this to me. They actually have a land. Dredge, Loam, look for fast bond. Wasteland their red source. Tolarian Academy, Saga, Wasteland. Replay Lotus. All right. I think I should be able to do this in time. Dredge, I'm still just looking for a fast bond. Oh, forgot to loam that turn, huh? It's fine. I'm just gonna attack. I don't think I need to wait any longer. I mean, I don't think I need to do anything else. I have like lots of things that I can do that are all winning, but I just need to make sure I win on time, so. Yeah, there's my fast spawn just in time. That was game 2. That's why I had to win. Got him. All right. I could have played that one a little bit faster, but yeah, it happens. All right, here we go. 5th and final round of this league with Lurrus. It's been a lot of fun. I wish I had played better in the Breach list, but this deck requires many brain cells to be functioning at the same time. This hand looks great. And I don't have that many brain cells, and they don't always function at the same time. Is there a world where this is a Saga, like you play a Saga here? There's not really, right? Our deck like needs to make constructs, so we can't really do that. I guess I should have bobbled them first. At the very least, I should have bobbled them first to see what they were playing. There was no reason for me to play Tropical before bobbling them. Yogg will. Okay. Well, we have a force. That's good. We have 2 forces. I don't really believe vintage is crazy expensive. I mean, it obviously that's all contextual to each and every person, but like in the context of Magic Online, it's no more or less expensive than playing Modern. It's probably less expensive than playing Modern. But buying all the way in is, oh my. Could be a lot. At one time. Blue. Interesting. Dress down, pretty good in response to Banter Servant. Not very good after Banter Servant has already resolved. I was mostly looking to just wasteland my opponent here. Though it does open them up to drawing a Saga, which could be a problem. We might be better off with our own Saga. We have a dress down. But their Saga can find paint, grindstone. Yeah, I should have just played my own Saga here. Now I feel like an idiot. I don't know why I forgot that Saga can go find the stone. All right, well, I hope that doesn't happen. But now I do feel dumb. Not playing super well anymore. I have a lot of ways to like find another wasteland, but I don't think I'll find one before my opponent's Saga finishes, right? This wasteland was a very bad misplay. I blanked. Hopefully we don't get punished, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we didn't get punished. I was like, oh, I have a dress down for construct tokens. It's fine, but the construct tokens don't matter. It's finding grindstone that matters. So opponent is at 4 cards. I am at 7 cards. I found the info, the old Time Walk Saga combination gaming. Not bad. This card makes Saga a lot better when you have a Time Walk in your deck. Looks like that'll get countered. Pretty much has to be. It's a good thing for us, though. It means they have 1 less counter protecting. Oh, God. They're going to flusterstorm my stack here, and I'm going to cry. I'm so far behind in this match. All right, I'm going to force this. Maybe they just have a force of their own. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I need this land more than I need the Saga, the intuition. Last card. Maybe they just chop deck a grindstone, I die. Not much I can do about it, though. We are rapidly approaching... Oh. Should I hold my Saga because I can pitch it to force? And I still have the ability to Lurrus Lotus next turn, right? I guess the answer to that question is yes. That's kind of wild. Or is this Saga is blue, obviously. It's going to be a Vampiric Tutor. Am I going to feel really smart? No. I guess I won't feel really smart. Fine. Fine. I won't be smart. It's okay. They've won every flip. Come on now. Be real. Oh no, they found Saga. I have a Haywire Mite, I guess. Yeah. Oh, we knew they had a Yogwill. We freaking bobbled them. I guess we just let Yogwill resolve and force Ancestral, right? Because they already played a land. And they have no cards at hand. All right, that's fine. You don't have to force Ancestral either, but... So if I get... Oh, I can't even get Lotus Lurrus now if I don't draw a land. So maybe I just have to get Haywire Mite and kill Saga. That's not good for me. That means I'm like so far behind on mana, right? I don't like the way this game went. I really dislike the way this game went. I'm not sure if I had a better way of playing it. I have forced 3 times, which is part of the reason why we're so far behind. Scroll. All right, so I can Ancestral. Is Ancestral here better than getting a Haywire Mite and killing their Saga? It's not, right? It's just not. All right, well, I'm going to go get a Haywire Mite, and I'm going to kill your Saga, and I'm going to continue dying. Oh, I hope my opponent top decks bad cards. If I top deck a land or a Mox, I'm in great shape. I can go get an Ancestral. But my opponent has not lost any flips, and they probably have about 1,000,000 cards that kill me. I don't really like this spot, but it's winnable. All right, Tundra. Scroll. Ancestral. Go. What I need to do in this game is get Lurrus and bring back Mite. Oh, I can't kill a stupid Painter Servant. Never mind. I don't know then. Well, they lost 2 flips though. They lost 2 flips. All right. Black Lotus to play around Flusterstorm. Ancestral, target myself. They can counter it if they have a counter. They didn't have a counter. Mental Misstep, Manifold Key, Flusterstorm. I guess I'll hold open Fluster Misstep and not play this key out. This is good. It gives me a counter to top deck Grindstone. Lost another flip at 9. We're 1 land from Lurrus. Second Painter. You got it. What color are we doing? What color? I'm excited. I love multicolors. Oh, what the? Blue again? Boring. Boring. Who does that? Multicolors look so cool online. It looks like complete nonsense. It's great. Outland Liberator. That would be good if they didn't have 2 Painter Servants. Well, I did ask for an Outland Liberator. So I guess I'll play it. If they don't play a spell on their turn, it does flip a Reno. All right, all right, all right. It's playable. It's doable. It flips, for sure. Trust. The good news is now, if I like mental misstep a grindstone and they counter back and I fluster and it taps them out, then I can shoot the grindstone still, right? And they won that flip. That's fine. Fair. It's actually not fair. No, it's totally fair. All right. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh. Spell is being cast. No flip. Flip? No flip. Flip? Sensei's top. Damn it. I gotta misstep that thing. Really can't let them have a Lotus here, or a top here, right? What is this? Oh. Okay. All right. Volcanic, sure. Think they were holding that to try to find a land and cast, huh? All right, what do I got? Academy. Yeah, but now I have to play Lurrus. Wait. If I go Lotus, no. I gotta flip this bad girl, right? It's better to flip than play Lurrus here. All Lurrus does is loop a bobble or replay a Lotus. Yeah, I want to flip. There's no way they play 2 spells, right? Then I can kill both Painter Servants. Maybe I'm supposed to put Lurrus in my hand, though. No, I'm representing Hardcast Forcible, clearly. We just die to a grindstone. I feel like I've gotten so lucky. Are we gonna Trigon Predator? This is literally Trigon Predator, chat. It's green and blue. Tell me this is not Trigon Predator. Hold on. I need this in my life. It's Trigon, right? Nice. Good post. Doesn't fly. Don't say that. You're right. It doesn't fly. Oh. Oh, they dead. Oh, they really dead. Boom. So I play Key, tap Academy, shoot Painter Servant to turn off alt cast Forest, and then play Time Vault Key. This dude is dying. I'm gonna kill both of their painters. I guess. Yeah. This line might just be worse than playing Lurrus. Oh no! It's fine. That is the thing that punishes me the most for making the choice that I did, for sure. But I do have Lurrus rebuy next turn, right? Doom Wake Raid. Welcome, Doom Raid Gators. Gators? You're Gators now, apparently. We're gonna go for Gamers, but somehow we're at Gators. Unlucky. We are in the 5th and final match of our Lurrus Land Control Deck League here. I have 1, 2. Am I short 1 mana on Key? Buy Lurrus, play Lurrus. I'm short 1, right? This stinks. I can't even Haywire Mite. Should I just play? Whatever. I'm done. I'm over it. Just put it in play. Should we just play Lavinia instead? Probably should, right? Just in case they tinker me. And next turn we get infinite turns. I mean, we also kill them next turn by attacking, probably, right? Well, maybe not. I don't think we played this game very well. And by we, I mean exactly me. It's okay, though. We're gaming. Thanks. Appreciate that. They can't cast Cruise now, so there's that. Grindstone! No, opponent, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. What a crazy game. Oh, all right, cool. So my opponent is on Grixis Painter, no Lurrus. What do we want to do about that? I think we just want to have Nature's Claims, Engineered Explosives. Maybe we want Lavinia Trap. Don't think we want swords. Needle looks good. My opponent is probably playing Tinker for Bolas Citadel, and maybe they're playing Dakfaden, Hull Breacher. I don't know. Narset. Most likely, at least Tinker for Bolas Citadel. So my opponent is, I don't know. This just feels like another matchup where I want to take my crop rotations out. We've played against all blue combo decks basically tonight. Dress down's still fine, but we shouldn't need a dress down. We have Nature's Claims and E's and stuff. So it's fine. And then maybe I just take out the packages like this. I think I might leave in Vault Key though. I think it's still fine to leave in Vault Key. Hey. Almost done. This deck takes forever to win. I started at 5. It's a good thing I started early. It's a cat. A very muscular cat. Though I also played really slow. Took my time and had fun. How's work? Good. Okay, all right. I got a cat. Yeah, I got. No, I got one more game. Well, maybe 2 more games. We'll have to see. Yo, thanks, Jen and I. Thanks. I'm gonna keep this hand. It is currently low on mana sources, but Sagas are really good here. I have a turn 1 Lavinia. I have a negation for turn 1 kills. It's pretty reasonable. Saga kind of disruptive here. Kind of need a green source. It's very unlikely my opponent's deck plays Chalice. Needle. All right. So I think instead of playing Lavinia, I am just going to Needle the Saga because I don't actively have a good way of beating Saga tokens right now. I guess if this gets like forced or misstepped, I can't actually protect it with Pierce, in which case I'll be sad. But it's also kind of weird for my deck to name Urza Saga, but it's okay. I guess we could always Haywire Mite it in the end. Excuse me. I guess I could name Grindstone as well, right? If my opponent plays a Painter, I don't actually have a way of beating a Painter either. I guess I have a Nature's Claim, but I don't have mana for it. But I'm like more concerned. I was like kind of concerned if my opponent just plays lands and makes Saga tokens, if we can beat that. And I'd really like to play Lavinia with Spell Pierce back up if possible. All right, well, we're jamming Lavinia and hoping it works. My opponent's also likely to have Pyroblast still in the deck, which makes Lavinia kind of awkward, but it's probably still fine. Got a Mindbreak Trap and a Force out of their hand. I definitely like that. They can't make a Saga token, but we are still dead to Painter Grindstone, pretty much. Would have really liked to draw land per turn. All right, see what happens to us here. I assume they're just going to get a Grindstone to give themselves the out of having a Painter. We do have a Claim. Claim is good. No, they just went for top, playing the long game. I like that. Respectable. Spin top. Is this the same deck as today's video? Similar, yes. We are iterating on the deck that was released today. Agreed. Yeah, that the 3.5 hour video that went up today. So much magic. Way too much magic. Same deck, but cooler. I didn't finish it either. Sometimes I like put it on 2x speed and listen to it while I'm working just so I know like what people are talking about in the comments. I didn't make it through it. Bobble. All right, well, I have drawn none of the things that produce the mana, which is bad. Lorien revealed on top. I'm gonna make it so you can't cast that one. How does that make you feel, opponent? Tell me. Yeah, I mean, I can't control my opponents, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Depends on how you view Magic, I guess. It's kind of sad that the first round wasn't like super interesting because the second round was really awesome, I thought. Love the video. What you make? Surprises? Okay. I like surprises. You haven't decided yet? I didn't think so. All right. Saga Gaming. All right. So we have a Lavinia in play. We have a Force. We have a Time Vault. We have a Wasteland. I love a Wasteland. Wasteland's great. Would Wasteland again. I don't think holding open the Spell Pierce matters very much. So I'm probably just going to deploy the Time Vault. I don't think I'm going to attack with this Lavinia, just in case they have Opposition Agent or Hold Breacher. I don't really care about either of... Well, I guess I care about Opposition Agent. I don't want to lose my Lavinia is what I was trying to say. Don't think attacking... All right, never mind. I'm attacking. Oh, wait. What about Bowmaster? That's a good one. Justin found a reason. All right, I'm going to play Time Vault out just because I want to use my mana efficiently here. Like, if I want to be able to, like, grab Lurrus or hold open Pierce Claim, I just got to get this Time Vault going. The big problem here is my opponent has a spin, and if their spin isn't good, they have a fetch, so they can look at 3 fresh ones. I just don't think Spell Pierce matters because I'm going to negate anything that I could Spell Pierce, right? I guess, like, theoretically, they could Narset, where I would rather have Spell Pierce, maybe. That's possible. I just felt like I was probably holding open Spell Pierce when I'm holding open Claim, right? Needle. Yeah, I don't care about that. They can needle my Time Vault, but I still have a Claim. That's fine. Yeah, maybe I'm under evaluating Spell Pierce. It's definitely possible here. It felt like they have a lot of mana, but maybe after I wasteland them off Saga, it's less mana. Feels reasonable. Though there's like a lot of value in immediately getting Lurrus, right? Because I have a Bobble in my yard. Though that would mean I don't fetch a Tropical, which doesn't seem great with my actual Nature's Claim in hand. Tough to say. Cycle Lorien Revealed. Well, you're not casting Lorien Revealed, so... Tropical can't cast Lurrus, correct. That's the downside of getting a Tropical. But the upside is I can cast Claim. Any merit to playing a fetch this turn? Yeah. Lots of merit. Maybe I shouldn't have wastelanded them right away. I don't know. I still want to keep them off of land so they can't, like, cast Lorien Revealed, right? So if I leave the Saga in play, and then they... I guess this doesn't count. Like keeping them off lands keeps them off of, you know, Tinker. Tinker doesn't matter here, but Lorien Revealed, Dig Through Time, those kind of things. EE. Not exactly an EE board. All right, so now the big question becomes, is it better for me to hold open Claim Pierce, Hardcast Negation, or should I fetch? Yeah, I can't fetch it. I can't fetch a Tundra here. just not possible. The problem is my opponent is getting card selection with the Sensei Stop. Well, yeah, it's possible, but it's not possible. All right, so my opponent didn't like their top cards. They can fetch and look at new top cards. What version of PO is this? No PO. Though we do have a lot more artifacts now. Somehow I still overexpose myself to Collect Roof. It's just how it is. I'm a simple guy. I like to put artifacts in play. All right. The Sensei Stop's putting in a lot of work. PO-less PO? Sure. Why not? Sure, Gidra, sure. Uh-oh, Academy. They have infinite mana now. They can actually cast that Lorient if they have more. Not good. Karn? With Spell Pierce mana? I don't want to get Flusterstormed here. So I'm gonna alt pitch, and if I get Pyroed, I'll be sad, I guess. I have an active creature, but it's not gonna kill this thing. I guess they have way more than Spell Pierce mana. Spin. Okay, spin is good. Spin is good. The fact that they played Karn through Lavinia is why I wanted to wasteland their Saga. Was it fire at 9? Sure. Yeah, we can try. I can't help, but I can post in the 3 places that matter, so. That's a good one. Submit. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. All right. Okay. Now what? Well, they would have had 4 lands, right? But yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just keeping them off lands is good. That's what I'm trying to say. What is my plan now? I still want to hold things up, don't I? Yeah. 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 I probably should have fetched. Blue-red merchant scroll. That's not good. Ancestral recall. Can I get my storm count high enough here? Probably not. Agreed. I mean, I'm kind of in a rush because I don't want to play anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I Nature's Claim and then Flusterstorm, they can pay. If I claim and they don't float mana immediately, what do you think the probability of such a thing happening is? 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure this is gonna work. Did not work. Oh. Oh, it worked. Okay, it worked. That is not what I expected to happen. I will take that and I will run with it all the way to the bank. That is great for me. Am I holding onto this Lorien revealed in case I draw a land so I can cast it? Or this is probably the best thing that could have happened. Yeah, agreed. They still get a spin and they can find another fluster or whatever, but then they're like drawing or redrawing a top and it's not that good for them. That was the best. That was probably the best possible outcome for us. So I'm happy. What'd you make?
Tom Collins.
Oh.
Alcoholic sugar.
Oh. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure it tastes good.
I made it up. It's like a Tom Collins.
Yeah, but I don't even know what a Tom Collins is.
Gin.
It's gin.
And stuff.
Ain't stuff. All right, chat. Gin and stuff. Cheers. Oh, yeah, that's good. Which gin did you use?
The beefeater.
No, that's good. Figured it out. Can we write it down so I can make this? Because I would drink this, and I've been looking for ways to deplete the gin. We have too much gin. All right. Ancestral down. Did they spin? I wasn't looking. They must have spun, right? I don't think they spun. I think they accidentally paid. All right, chat. Are you cycling this Lorien revealed end of turn? Yes or no? We don't really get punished for holding it because we can just buy our Lurrus. I would simply draw a land. Classic not me strategy. Simply draw the best card in the scenario. Actually, I think Lotus into Lurrus is probably better, but... Force. It's pretty good, too. Not gonna lie to you right now. Yes, it's fine. I'm just gonna put this Lurrus in my hand. Key is actually fine because we do have engineered explosives for one. You just blow up both needles and then key them. Red, spin to win. Oh, time walk resolves. Spin. Opponent also has to win 2 games with 5 minutes on the clock, which I'm not confident my opponent can do that. I think skipping a turn here is bad. You'd have to have a better reason to skip a turn. Painter. Resolves. You got it. Name blue for me again. So nice. Now I can pitch my engineered explosives. All right. I am going to play the Lurrus. And then I'm going to buy a bauble and draw an extra card every single turn of this game. Or, yeah. That's the one. Show me your top card. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Lurrus's art now. It got a... Ooh, Flusterstorm. So if they find a thing, they can actually resolve it with a Flusterstorm backup. It's kind of bad. Are we losing to this? If my opponent finds a Grindstone with Flusterstorm backup, are we dead? Oh, no. I think we're dead. Maybe I can try to find second force. Oh no. I think we're gonna die. I can't cast Lorien Revealed still. Tinker? With Flusterstorm backup? Kill me? Oh, P.O. What? No, I want them to draw with top and fluster this. I definitely still force. Like they draw with top and get a fluster, but then they lose 2 cards, right? I think that's worth it. Now they have to draw a Sensei's top as well. We kind of wish we drew a Wasteland in this game, huh? Or a Loam. Drew a Soul Ring. That's great here. Yeah, I could pitch Saga. I kind of wanted to play Saga, but maybe that doesn't matter at this point. I mean, I'm never playing the Lorien Revealed, right? Like, I'm going to dig. Oh, wait. Why did my opponent just needle Lurrus of the Dream Den? I don't recommend that play. Nature's Claim's a great draw, though. All of these cards look amazing. I guess Tolarian Academy and I mean, I could go Loam Wasteland. Maybe Loam Wasteland is better. And I can just take a Mite. No, then I can't hold up Claim. I want to hold up Claim this turn. Maybe I take Loam Academy and I Loam next turn. But in that case, I'd rather just get a Liberator. I mean, I'm not casting Cruise. What am I doing with this Academy, though? Nothing, right? I guess I could cast Cruise. Maybe I should just do that, then. I just get rid of the whole graveyard. Ding, ding, ding. We've got a winner. I'm not really convinced that I played that game optimally either. There's so many, you make so many game actions and so many small choices. There's just no way. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to win the game on this turn if they had named the right card, but we would have been able to win the game pretty soon after, right? Could we have won the game on this turn if we did this? We could go Ruby, Explosives on 1. We're kind of close to winning the game, but yeah. Okay. Boom. Not bad. That is a 4-1 with a loss that you could easily chop up to the pilot. This deck feels strong. I don't know if the changes we made were the reason that the deck feels strong. The Lavinia was fine a couple times. The dress down was fine a couple times. The reclamation was okay. The intuition didn't come up. So it's hard to say if the changes we made at all were what was doing great. The Tolarian Academy and the Soul Ring and the Mana Crypt, those look good. The low number of baubles didn't seem to matter too much. And we played a bunch of matchups where you trim bauble anyways. Time Vault Key was great, true. For sure. Probably just need to bite the bullet and play Time Vault Key. And I guess this whole Intuition of these things makes Time Vault Key better in our non-Demonic Tutor deck. So I am very interested to see where this deck goes. I'm going to probably keep working on it. Let me know what you think about a deck like this or this archetype in the comments below. And I will see you for more vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you then.